Hello, this is Ken from RD Labs coming back to you with another one. Hope this is reaching you well. I know it's been a while since the last video, but we're now back in the lab. We've recharged our batteries and we are ready to go. So I'll be coming to you with a lot of valuable content, information, things to help you along your path to success within the space. At the same time, being aware of the scams, of the rug pulls, things, the ill-gotten things that occur within a space, malicious things that you also need to be aware of. So today we're going to talk about a project called Stimmy. Stimmy was an NFT project, as you can see here, really focused on NFT, much needed stimulus to promote longevity, blah, blah, blah. But what we actually saw is this project, Stimmy, essentially pulled liquidity. So it seems that liquidity had been locked for a while, and then the unlock had basically now expired, so they didn't relock it, and they literally just pulled it and rugged the project. So you can clearly see here from Uniswap V that it was about $78,000 worth in ETH. That was pulled, 43.8 ETH, and then the funds essentially where, so this occurred 13 hours ago. Immediately, the funds were basically moved, 47.25 were moved to address ending C4, wallet address ending C4. And then basically a few hours later, the funds were then moved to an address ending 785. Okay, so what's interesting about the 785 address, you can see that there was literally about, and I monitored this a few hours ago, there was about $7 million or so in ETH that was sitting in this wallet. So it seems potentially that there were either, this is like a syndicate of devs, of whoever, that have certain projects, pulling liquidity, scamming people within the space, and then moving it all, consolidating all the funds to this one address. You can see going back here 24 minutes ago, there was a movement of 89 ETH that was actually then moved to so basically been spread out to various wallet addresses, as you can basically see here. So this arrived in here. So funds. Then you've also got a contract creator. So this actually address has a contract. So we want to then take a look here. So this is actually has a contract. So this is a spider web where you have to start doing your research to be able to track the movement, the flow of money. And then what you're going to start doing is this contract address, you then add this contract address and save it to see if this contract address then creates a new project in the future, or to do further research to find out what's going on. What I am going to show you is that on the Stimmy, this project, the contract creator ending 3.2, let's see here, this ends, this contract address ends EE. So I'm going to basically now track this deployer address just to check to see of all of the transactions that's taken place within this address. So you can see here, going back to 153 days ago. So this was, when was this? So this is May the 26th. May the 26th created this contract. So this is the research you start to do to analyze what is actually happening. So created this contract address, and then you saw liquidity of 86 ETH that was added, right? So this is what you start monitoring. So what I'm going to start doing is, okay, this creator of this address, so you can see here there was a lock. So they locked the liquidity here, set restriction, there was a lock, set restrictions, renounce ownership, approve, lock. So then you can track to see, okay, so this address that basically locked it, it was locked here. So this is basically maybe a liquidity locker. So you can see here, all this money here is from a liquidity locker that is essentially locked this address. So you track the whole flow of what's going on, right? So various deployers will lock with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this address. I'm then going to go to RD Analytics. Under RD Analytics, I'm going to go to blacklisted addresses. So I have a list of addresses here, and I've actually saved. I can view blacklisted addresses. So these are all addresses that I've been monitoring since 2021. I've added it for everyone to see. So when you create an account, you can have access to all of this. It gives you a breakdown of the dates, who created the wallet, the project, the details about the scam, who influenced the scam. So you can go down this whole process. So I added this one just today, Stimmy. This is the dev Twitter official handle. This is their Twitter account, but this is the dev's handle and information about this rug. Okay. And then what I'm essentially going to do, I'm going to save this template. And I also want to just add some more information here. So I'm going to add the deployer wallet address was this. So then I can basically save this template. So I can start. So I can basically start monitoring any information regarding this specific address, if that makes sense. So the deployer wallet address is here. So then if there are any other projects created in the future that I'm looking to invest in, I want to then start copy and pasting these addresses and tracking to make sure that there isn't a connection between this address and what's happening here. And maybe what I should also do is the fund, which has this amount, save it, pull it to this address, edit, and then also I can add. So, okay, so this is the creator's wallet address. So what I might even do here, is, okay, deployer's wallet address. Let me just paste this here. Then I'm going to actually cut this and I'm going to pull it in this specific, so it's just cleaner. Deployer wallet address. And then this, I'm going to cut this and I'm basically going to pull this here. So details about the scam. And then here, I'm going to put seems to be where all the funds from various scams are consolidated, right? So we can just track to see what the process is. So I'm going to just save that there. And then what we're going to do, we can then monitor this whole process, okay? So within this is rdanalytics.tech. So if you wanted to know, rdanalytics.tech, you can create an account free for the first few credits. And then you can also create contracts where you can monitor when there's movement in certain, you can check to see whether there's movement in certain tokens. You can get notifications, you can set alerts, you can add notes. There's also a checklist, which I definitely recommend everyone to look at. So before you invest, you can look at a checklist. So on page, you can add information such as, so website here, check the website, is it innovative, competitors. So this is like the process that you go through before you enter a trade or to invest, right, for long-term plays. Chain details, you can add whether this is on BRC, ETH, BSC, ARB, whatever. Then look at partnerships that the project has in the space, and then look at like dev team marketing tokens, if it's listed already, whether they're locked or not. You can add this information. Blacklisted wallets, so you can add whether certain wallets could be blacklisted, just to be aware. Who's audited the project. Repository, so take a look at GitHub or GitLab. or Bitbucket, just check to see where is the code currently located to track through some information. You can look at some certain commits. Extra information you want to add, maybe reading material, maybe the white paper, right, that you want to just change and add. And then also risk management. This could be the entry price that you got into, long-term plays, for example. So this is essentially your trading journal. This is something that you can just monitor on certain trades, things that you can look at. Okay, guys, so hope this was of value. So I'll be making sure that I'll be creating more content, more value as we move forward. Have a fantastic day.